Hi, this is the Clean Hands oil change. This was given to me by my son for Christmas. He bought it on Amazon. Yeah, I'm sure you can find it there if you do a little search for MityVac, fluid evacuator. I have a 2012 Volkswagen Tiguan. First thing I did to try this out was check the oil, made sure there was still some oil in the crankcase, uh, and pulled up the dipstick. And now I'm looking at the size of the dipstick tube to see what size evacuation tube I'm going to use to connect to the vacuum mechanism. The kit comes with a number of sizes. You can see that there's 3 there. I'm checking it. It looked to me at first like the largest tube was going to work. So I unbundled that with the other 3, and I'm trying to put it in here, and you'll see in a second. And it goes in a little bit, but doesn't go in as far as it needs to go, of course. So I grab the next size down. I was wondering how well this would vacuum the oil, considering the size of the tubes. I thought that the tubes were going to be a little narrow, but as you'll see here when we start vacuuming that tube doesn't. This is the medium-sized tube. Works very well. I get it all the way down the tube, the dipstick tube, and make sure that it hits the bottom of the pan or the bottom of something. I'm assuming it's the bottom of the pan, and I'm connecting it to the vacuum container. One of the main reasons that I'm so happy to use this system is because the Tiguan and a lot of other cars that are in the SUV category have skid plates, and this car does have a skid plate. It's got a 2-piece skid plate that's got somewhere between 17 and 21 bolts, and the reason I say somewhere between is because when I get an oil change at the VW dealer, sometimes they don't return all of the screws, so I'm constantly needing to purchase. You can see I'm hooked up here to the container, and I had to put it up on a little pedestal there, an upside down bucket, so it would reach comfortably to the tube that was in the dipstick tube. And as immediately on the very first throw, oil started coming up the tube. Now, I did run the car for about 45 minutes. I ran some errands, and so the car was nice and hot. The oil was nice and hot, and I immediately went out there to do this. This particular model, VW, uses 5-weight or 0-weight 40 all synthetic oil, and I don't know if that helps with the vacuum process or not, or if that would make a difference if you used higher weight oil like a 15-weight, but it didn't seem to matter. Now I've cut some of this short so you don't have to sit here and watch, but it didn't take very long to evacuate the crankcase or the oil pan. I mean, I think the total time was maybe 3 minutes. And what you see there is the tube is starting to shutter a little bit because air is starting to be pulled in. There's still vacuum in the chamber, and so it's still pulling. I will now try to reset the tube a little bit. And put in some more vacuum just to make sure that I get all of the dregs up from the bottom of the oil pan. And you can hear it. It's pretty loud when it's reaching the bottom of the oil pan, and you have most of the oil pulled up. It's pretty noticeable, but you can see that I'm still getting back a little bit of oil. I'm just moving around the tip. I don't think the tip is adhering itself via the suction to the bottom of the oil pan, but I am just moving it around a little bit just in case that did occur. And each time I did get a little bit more oil, but I'm at the point where I'm basically just getting just little drip remains that are at the bottom of the pan. The vacutainer at the same spot where you place the tubing is the pour spout, and that's how you empty it. Next time I'll probably mark the container so I have an idea of how much oil has come out of the oil pan. The instructions also tell you to rinse the container with mineral spirits after you've emptied it and clean all the hoses. Thanks very much for watching this video. Bottom line, I think this is a great product. I really don't know what the cost is, but I think it's worth it for anybody who has a car like mine where you don't need to crawl underneath to change the oil. Thanks again.